All right, we are so excited. It's 8 o'clock Monday night, and I know you guys look forward to these Zooms as I do too. And this week, we really wanted to talk about how to boost your personal results and get those customers and how to flip those customers into distributors. So I couldn't think of a better person to share kind of her journey. And it's funny because I was looking for a picture of me and Rachel, and I found one, and it was back in May, Rachel, and you look like you've lost a ton more since then. And so I was like, she'll kill me if I post this. But we're super excited because we have top income earner Rachel Jones on with us, and she's going to really share about, even for me, I love the fact that I may not have a ton of weight to lose, but showing results blows up your business. And that's what we really want to talk about tonight. So for those of you that are new, I am Stefani Dunn, and this is my husband, Joel Dunn.
Hi, I'm Joel.
We are the number one earners of the company, and we've been doing this for 10 years. Came from literally bankrupt, broke, standing in food lines to top of the company. And what I love about that is you heard that we were broke. And so the importance, again, of being your best product model, I guess. So how did we, with not having money, really overcome that and start getting quick cash in our pocket? So I'm going to start with Rachel. I've got some questions for her, and then we're just going to kind of bounce back and forth.
Well, first, I want to make sure I got this correct. Rachel, you were on the Hot Mama, This Is How the Products Work results panel at conference, weren't you?
I was, yes.
Woohoo!
I want to make sure we can hear you guys. You guys hear Rachel fine? Give me a thumbs up if yes. Thumbs up. Okay, cool. All right. So let us know, Rachel, you're a presidential diamond with the company. Tell us how long you've been in. And I know that I kind of asked you, did you start with the products right away? Or how would you recommend a brand new distributor knowing what you're getting with your results?
Yeah, so I think this is so, if I can advise you to do anything, it would be learn from my mistakes, because it's actually really crazy. I know I'm not the only one on here that had this kind of story. So I've been in the company now for 4 years, and I am one of those moms that gained 60 pounds with both my children. And unfortunately, with my second kid, I didn't even lose the weight from my first kid. So I was all the way up to 266 pounds. And I joined this company when my firstborn was 8 months old. So it really took, you guys, I had fast success in the business. I went double in 5 months, and then triple a year later, and then Prez a year after that. So I was Prez, I think 2.5-ish years in, 3 years in, because it's 4 years now. I've been Prez for a year, and I just recently started using the products consistently. And I think I got to a place where it's like, isn't that kind of, I know, and Joel's probably like, why did we even invite her on? This is what, don't do this.
That's why we invited you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, but learn from my mistakes, because I had some good success, but my success completely blew up when I started taking the product seriously. And so I kind of just got to a point where I was just kind of like, I know it just sounds kind of cliche, but I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. We even making so much money, it's like something was missing. And I shared this at conference, but I got to a point where I felt like I was like a liar. And there was one situation that happened, and it was a turning point for me, and it was a few months ago, actually. So again, I've been in the company for 4 years now, and we were at Bible study, my husband's family, and there are a couple people on that side of the family that are part of another network marketing company, and they're newer in that company. And like I said, we've been in this company for 4 years, and everybody in our family knows what we're a part of. And someone in my husband's family pulled me aside and just, long story short, she was just like, I know you haven't gotten to where you want to be with your weight, and I would love to talk to you about my products. And I was so I just was so taken back, and I was almost in tears driving home with Zach, because I'm like, this is literally a couple months ago, and I'm like, a few months ago, and I'm like, babe, this is embarrassing. We're with It Works Global, close to we're getting to the top, we're climbing the ladder, and here we are, and people are asking us if we want to use their products because I'm still not skinny, that's just plain and simple how it was. And so it was kind of an aha moment for us. and being serious. And again, like just something felt like it was missing. And I felt like I could only sign customers through host to post. And that's awesome. But I just felt like there was a piece missing. And so I started being really serious with the products. And I think what I had to get to is to a point where I started being like the little boy that cried wolf. And so when I publicly actually put it out there, and not just in the typical public way, like I'm talking like going live and crying and being like, this is how big I really am. Like you can't turn back from that. And so that's what I did. And I took it seriously, but it took me like three and a half years to actually do that. And so, like I said, I had the success beforehand, but the success I have now, it's like this business is so much more fun. And I don't want to use the word easy because we shouldn't, but it does feel a little bit easy now that I've been consistent with the products.
Yeah, you know, guys, what we want is we know that there's so many newbies coming on. And so, yes, learn from us. That is something that I know for me and Joel, why we had some success right away is because the product worked on us. And I think, you know, some of you might see that immediate result that you're looking for. And then some may get in and it may take them a while. So you may have been in, you may be with us for a year and you haven't even tried the product yet. You're just, you know, some people do that. But make that decision today because we are in a position for you guys to really make some life-changing money. And, you know, we know that we want you to do that and to be able to have options with it. And so what we know is sharing other people's results are amazing, but when you have your own personal testimony that you can share, hey, these are my personal results, these are the products that I've been using, people are going to be more likely to actually buy all of them. And so doesn't matter your size, your age, what matters is that you decide tonight that you're going to commit to getting these products. And so it's almost like, you know, I know when we came in, we didn't have the money. It was like, how are we going to do this? But I was so depressed and broke. And I knew that I needed to use the products because I wanted to feel good and get the results. But then what happened is people asked me about it. It was like, what are you using? Private messaging. So don't panic if, you know, you're not getting likes on your post yet because people watch you. It is crazy. And then just letting you know that, you know, you got to reach out to people too and just let them know, hey, I've got some awesome personal results. I'm doing a drawing and we'll talk a little bit about this, but would you be open to hearing what I'm doing or even posting for me? So that takes it off of, well, maybe you don't have a lot of friends. Where do we start? So that's something that we do. But
One thing that a lot of you guys don't even know is you know me as Joel with a beard and being ripped. You missed out on Fat Joel. If you get really bored, just go back through my Facebook back to like 2012 and you'll be like, whoa, who's that dude? We were talking about this at conference, and Rachel, I know you'll appreciate this too, because we've actually looked back. We were like, oh, that 10-year challenge. Man, we went back and looked at 10-year photos of myself, Mark, Pam, you know, Cammie, Steph, Cammie, Denise, you know, Denise, all the top leaders that have been in for around 10 years and looked at our photos now. And we've noticed that because we're taking the products, we are reverse aging. It is unbelievable. I mean, it's one of those things where we're like, wow, we had a health and wellness company 10 years ago and we all looked like that. That's unbelievable that people joined us then. So when you get the results, you may not notice right away, but other people will, and people will ask you, what are you using? And that's just a foot in for, oh my gosh, let me tell you about all these amazing products.
Yeah. And Rachel, we're not a salesperson that way, are we? I think that takes the pressure off of newbies, people that feel like, okay, I don't want to be the salesy person. I didn't want to be either. People just think, Steph, it's so natural for you. I did not want to sell people. But I wanted the product for me and I just offered it to them. And so again, really this call is, what should we be getting? I think that's the question that a lot of people are like, okay, well, if you were a new distributor, what would you get? And we want you to have some cash in your pocket immediately. And so I know me and Rachel were talking back and forth, and, you know, now we have all these amazing products that you have samples of. And so Rachel, tell us, the products that you've used personally to really start shredding the weight that you've done, and how much have you lost in what time frame?
Yeah, so this is kind of a hard question because I've been so back and forth. Like, I'm just so inconsistent with my life in general. I always joke around like it's honestly like a miracle that I've been so good at this, because I'm so like in life, I will be honest, like I'm a little bit lazy in certain parts of my life. It's a continuous argument with Zach. I'm not a very organized person, but I'm so back and forth. So like the time frame, I lost like an initial 20. I did keto and I lost an initial 20 like around surf and turf when we took that picture. And then I kind of like stayed around 212 for like 6 months, just like kind of like within 5 pounds, because I was just not really giving a crap that much, but I was maintaining it. And then I would say in the beginning of December is when I was like, it's time to really get serious, because I'm going to go to conference, and here I am like preaching weight loss, like, and I have semi lost weight, but now I need to keep going. And then I got all the way down to 185 at conference. And then I gained 7 pounds in like a week, and that's what I'm working on right now. But you asked about what products. The main products I've used is, and this is the thing, is like, I feel like we sometimes get in a point, and we have so many products, and I obviously use so many of our products, but I realized that I couldn't talk about every single product I use when I'm talking to a potential, because it almost, I felt like it like was like that. I don't know. It almost like overwhelmed them. So I call it the skinny mocha instead of our keto coffee and chocolate greens, because it makes it seem like it's one product. I talk about the skinny mocha. The fat fighters are life. I need everybody to buy fat fighters, no matter who they are. And then the cleanse and the thermophyte X now, which is only done like a month or so. But the thing is like with the skinny mocha, I think what helps me sell so much of that and samples, like signing up customers for the mocha and selling samples, is like I'm always talking about, and I think we should all do this, whether it's true or not. This is just a little fib that I don't think is wrong. But what's helped me is I don't like coffee. I really don't. And so I'm just always talking about like just trying to slide it in there. Like, I think it's crazy that just a girl that hates coffee is losing this much weight on the skinny mocha, because it's like sparking something. Like if they do love coffee, they don't even care if they just like look past it. They're like, okay, well that doesn't pertain to me because I like coffee. If they don't like coffee, they're like, I don't like coffee either. So like, how do you drink it then? And then I get to talk to them about the chocolate greens and stuff. And I think it's so important. I know Steph just talked about this, like, it's so important right off the bat that you do this. I wish I would have done it and taken it. I just signed a distributor. That was what that ding was. Okay. But I think it's so important that you guys start right away, whether you have to put it on a credit card or you have to use your first paycheck to products. I wish I would have done this sooner, because I had that fast success, but I bet I could have had more success, because when you're talking to people, it's almost like you're holding your breath when you're trying to upsell, and you're holding your breath when you're like, well, maybe you should also buy the cleanse, because you're like so scared that they're going to spend all this money. But when you actually use the products, I'm like, no, I think you actually need this one too, and this one. And I can confidently tell you, you need this one too. And so I'm talking about the mocha every day. And I think you have to get over that point of where you're like, it's not that I don't care about what my social media looks like, but you have to get to a point where it's like, you're going to talk about the coffee every single morning. If you want that consistency with people coming to you, you got to just be repetitive. So like I'm almost every single morning, I'm posting a picture of my Dunn mug, or me making it, or throwing Zach in there just to make people laugh. But I'm talking about the coffee every single morning because it's a part of my routine. And because of that, it's like the samples sell themselves. And I got this from, I think Ashley Blom is on here. I got from Ashley Blom, I saw that she was selling coffee packs for $20. And I was like, I'm only selling them for like $3. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? And so I took that from her, and I'm literally not selling one sample anymore. I'm selling packs of, they're for $20. And so they're just with these manila envelopes with 3 keto coffees. And then before Chocolate Greens on the Go came out, I just had these little like baggies that were super like classy looking that I put chocolate greens in. And so it was basically 5 samples. And I just told them like, you can try 2 cups of coffee mocha style and then 1 cup of coffee regular. And it's $20, and that includes shipping. And again, I got that from Ashley, and I was so scared. I was like, that's a lot of money. But nobody was even questioning it. And so I at least make $200 a month in just samples. And I do have a good return rate with people like, that went fast. I need to actually become a customer now. And they love it. So yeah, I think they just.
So you said something a little different. So you do 3 keto coffee packets and a couple samples of the chocolate greens. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what I was doing before the chocolate greens.
So we have the new chocolate greens on the go. So what would I recommend getting newbies is get a bag of the keto coffee or 2 and a box of the greens chocolate on the go.
So I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat asking about where do you get samples from? It's very easy. You buy a whole package of coffee and a whole package of greens on the go, and then each one of those you put into your samples, just like this.
So I always have samples. So you can really do what you want. So I wasn't sending out the chocolate greens, but I would make a 5-pack. I love that you can do 3 or 4. I mean, if you want to add the chocolate greens in there now that it's on the go, right? You could even upsell it for $25 or whatever. And then what happens is I like to do 5-day because I know if they listen to what I'm going to do, they're going to see success, right? They're going to see some weight loss, some energy, feeling full longer with that product. And so they're going to want more, like Rachel said, and they're going to want to become your customer. So they do that. So when you post, I've got samples. Again, they may inbox you or you're like, I'll get you. They may think it's free. Okay. But samples are not free. Samples are, you can do 3 for $20 and I make the mocha coffee.
The only way that it's going to be free is if you put it in your post, free samples. I suggest don't put the word free in your post.
Yes, samples is great. It opens the door for conversation, and that's what we want. These, especially newbies, that's what we want, is we're opening the door for you. So now that happens, they're in your inbox, and what a great conversation starter, right? Hey, here's the samples. Or what most people do is they buy the full bag, and if you upsell, if you're like, hey, at the sell, Rachel, share about that mocha dream, because this is only for customers when they log in originally. So somebody wanted that full bag of coffee. How are you adding on that chocolate greens? Are you frozen? Rachel's frozen. Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to her. If you unfreeze, let's see if we can do it. She's frozen.
I mean, she looks good frozen.
She does. That's not my face. All right, we'll come back to it. So Mocha Dreams is, we can always offer that to them. So this is those tricks that we want you to not be afraid to ask, making sure that people know, hey, you can actually get this. And I love that it's also for non-coffee drinkers. I'm going to go back. She's got a great script, and I don't want to take it from her, but we might have to post on there.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down the chat right now so that I have the ability to put it in there.
Well, it's everything with host to post. So just copy everything and know that we haven't talked about everything. Yes. And yes, you guys will have questions, but we'll get you. It might be your connection. Can you guys hear us? Give us a thumbs up, because Rachel is having poor connection. Okay. So you might just see our face for a minute. So I'll just go back through and just kind of answer the questions, because this is exactly what I do too. So a few things, and this is what we want newbies. We want you to have that success. Again, I'm going to talk to you over the head like this. How can we get more cash in your hands, having more results so that you increase your customers and gather those distributors? So a few products that I really suggest getting is get the keto coffee. You just heard Rachel selling. She sells a couple $100s in just keto coffee. So how do you get those samples? You can buy a bag for $39, or you can get 4 for $117. You're getting a bag free when you purchase 4. So now when you're selling those samples, you're actually profiting more cash, which absolutely you need to do that. Not only that, but you're going to be using the product, and Rachel's back. So she should be good. Not only that, but you're going to have the product where you're losing weight. Make sure that you're talking about that. Oh my gosh, this is what I feel today. Like Rachel said, going live, make sure you're posting. The more that it's in somebody's feed, I think the better, because I get those sponsored ads or people in my feed about like the eyebrow pencils, all kinds of weird stuff that I'm like, do I need to buy this? No, but I might want to, because I see it all the time. So do you want to be the one that they're seeing, right? That's what we want. And be real, like what Rachel said, just being that goofy self, whatever you are, but do that. Another thing this is what I wanted to share, what I'm doing. So I have my personal results. I'm trying to get them approved. I lost quickly with it, with the new TFX, which I'm super excited about. And it's sold out, right? So we're excited about that, but I don't want you to be afraid to talk about it. Just be honest with people and say, hey, these are the results that we're seeing. We can get you on the list, but these are the products I would also recommend, because this is what she did. Are you back on, Rach? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to finish my thought and then we'll come back to the chocolate greens. So for me, I was using the vanilla shake. I was adding my lemon ketones, my creamer for my lunch because I needed that MCT oil. I needed those good fats because I was trying to do the keto, and then I was having my Thermophyte X. So if you combined all those products, you know, as you're talking to somebody, that's a $232 order sale. I'm confident enough to tell people, do you want to get skinny and healthy fast or slow? Most people are like, I'm in right now, right? Like, yes, I want it yesterday. And they love that with the TFX, which is the Thermophyte X. People are getting those results, but we also need to remember, like, while you're using that product, you still need to eat. What was happening for me is I was feeling so not hungry, no appetite, that my amazing husband's like, babe, you need to make sure that you're eating. So I was like, I'm going to have my shake then for my lunch because I need the nutrition. I don't want to be, you know, ruin the health part of it. So make sure that you're doing that. So if somebody says, okay, what are you doing? Then they're going to ask you, and I'm going to say, well, this is what I do. And Rach, I know you had great results with the triple threat. So that's another great way is if we throw up a post, and she's got this with the Thermophyte X, with the TFX host to post. She just did this recently is swing back what you said on, we posted, you've got somebody interested. Now say what you would say.
Yes. So pulling it up right now. You guys, I just literally signed my second customer in 2 days and I upsold from 30 to 91 GV with this. So where is she? Her name's Tiffany. Okay. I just literally did it before I sent it to Steph. I was like, make sure Joel sends the wording. Okay. So I honestly, we got on the Zoom 2 weeks ago, listened to Stephanie and Joel say, put this on your Facebook. And I'll be honest, just to pause real quick, when you told us to put that Thermophyte X one on my Facebook, I was like, I don't want to. I don't know why I was so scared to do it. And then we got like 60 comments and we're like, let's turn this into a host to post. So we've been using that as a host to post. And then when we get the information and they literally like send me the information, I have this girl's information right here. One of my double diamonds just put this together. She said, okay, perfect. I'm about to create your order now. So like it's kind of comfortable because you're like, I have their information, so they're not going to run. Okay, I'm about to create your order now. Before I do, with the 90-day challenge of Thermophyte X alone, it's the $36, just like we talked about. I do recommend adding our cleanse to detox and our fat fighters to block out fats and carbs as well in your first month, which is actually our full triple threat weight loss system for even better results. And then in parentheses, what I used, and I had bomb results. The full weight loss system, Thermophyte X, Cleanse, and Fat Fighters is $97. Do you want to upgrade to this month for better results, or just stick with the Thermophyte X alone? And I've done this. I've probably sent it out like 5 times since she put this together, and 2 people were like, yeah, just for that month, just for this month, throw it in there. So like, you can't assume, you have to always ask. And I'm just literally like, I'm 4 years in and I'm like aha moment after aha moment, because imagine all of the people that comment on host to post and they're like, it's for the cleanse or for the Thermophyte X, you get their info and you're just settling at what you post about. And so many people don't have money issues. So many people are so desperate to want to lose weight that whatever you tell them, you know, it's just so crazy. So then this girl, I'm like, again, having my own results, I'm like, she's like, I have 40 to 50 pounds I want to lose. So do it this month. And I'm like, let me show you my results. And then she's like, oh my gosh, now you have me so excited. And it's just like, it's just so different. And so I just love that she put together this upsell. And so I think it's just, you have to have confidence in everything about this business, because if you're automatically assuming they don't have money, then they're not even gonna know they can even add anything in. Because if you're anything like me, and I think you do this too, Steph, because Joel always posts pictures of you on the phone, I don't ever give anyone my website. I'm always taking their information. So if I'm taking their information, they're not on my website looking at what other products they want. So it's up to us to at least ask. And so I'm just like, 36 to 91 GV twice just because of that message makes me actually disgusted at how many people have been doing.
So this is awesome, because that's what we really wanted to talk about, is really how to get you guys more sales, because more sales equals you making higher commissions. And that's what we want you to understand, is sometimes it's just that one little tweak and all of a sudden you just got 400 in sales, which could bump you up to that diamond rank, that diamond bonus that you needed. So, you know, these little these little tips and tricks that I don't even want to call them tricks, because we're constantly trying new things all the time. And, okay, let's see if this wording works, or how can we do that? But again, it's not being afraid to ask. You've got their information. They're excited about trying a product. They see the results because you've been sharing your personal results. So they're watching your journey and going, the products work. That's her. So what is she using? And so that's exactly it. You have to know, be that product of the product.
And I also want to address, Jasmine messaged me in here. What about those that are super skinny already? Well, here's the thing. Just because you have a different body type than somebody doesn't mean that you have energy and that you're healthy. Skinny people can be just as unhealthy as overweight people too. They just don't have a visible sign of it. So take the products and tell people how you feel, felt, and found. Basically what you say is, I feel this way, this is how I felt, and I've found that these products help me to do this. So when you're giving people those things, regardless of what your size is, people will listen to you.
And here's the other thing is we have other products, guys. So majority of people definitely want more energy. They want to lose weight. They want to get healthy. Generally, that we're going to hit on something like that. So when we're talking to people, hey, I have a question. What's your priority? I'm just doing a poll. And this is a great way to get into inboxing your friends. Okay. Hey, I've got a poll and I thought of you and wanted to ask, what would be your first priority? Weight loss, energy, or overall health? They're going to give you their answer. You're not even selling them anything, right? All of a sudden you've got it. Or are you more on the beauty side? We're doing a fun little poll and I just wanted to ask. Door open the conversation. All of a sudden they might say, oh my gosh, I'm glad you asked this. I really need to lose weight and have more energy. Bam, guess what? You have something. Hey, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I have an awesome special right now that I can give you 40% off some of the products, or I do have sample kits available where you could just try out 5 samples for $20 or whatever you have. See how easy that conversation is we're not being sellers, but we're being excited about what we have. We're opening the door to a question for them, and they're going to come back because we all know that we're right. So they're going to be like, oh, well, this is what I think, so that's some things that are easy for you to do. Newbies, you might be like, well, I don't have my story yet. And this is where we really need you to trust the ones that have been in and go, I wish I would have done this. Now, me and Joel already didn't have the money, so we're like, screw it. We might as well go into debt more. So we need to feel a little bit happier about ourselves because life was literally terrible. So I was like, it's only money. I'm just going to feel good. And what I didn't really realize at that time, looking back now, is having those results. I remember losing 13 pounds in 30 days, and everybody was like, what are you doing? I can see you're excited. You're smiling more, out and about. So that was my open door. And this wasn't really with social media yet. So imagine if I would have had it then, what it would have accelerated. And so when you get your starter kit, I love that. Make sure that we're using those products. Or if you're thin and you're like, I want to get some results, have your husband do it. Have something like that. But I recommend always, every single month, getting products that you're passionate about, that you're using, and use it, guys. It is the key to this business. Is like Rachel said, she was in it, but she wasn't really in it yet. And then what happened is all of a sudden you can see it all over how easy, you don't want to say that word, but it becomes easy because it's your life. It is who you are, and people trust that.
I do want to point out something absolutely amazing here about Rachel. Although it's not advisable, look at how successful you can be without using the products up front. I mean, that's kind of mind-blowing too. But think about how much, you probably could have been double ambassador already, Rachel. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
just saying.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think, invest in yourself a little bit. The worst case that's going to happen is you're going to get healthier. Maybe you're going to lose some weight. Your skin's going to look better. You're going to have better hair. Like, who doesn't want that? What
happened with you today?
Yeah, I have a great testimony because I've been so religious on my collagen because I'm so old and I want to look good. I want to be young. And I don't want to do Botox and all of that stuff. I'm like, we have amazing products. So I went to get my lashes done today and she goes, what are you doing? what are you using? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, do I look young? What's going on? And she, yes. And your lashes, there's so much more regrowth. And this isn't even, I've backed off on the hair, skin, and nails because my hair grows crazy. But for her to say that, like people are noticing that. So, maybe again, it's the collagen. I sell that 5 for $20. I love it. I mean, you can walk into Sephora, into the vitamin shops. Look, watch what's on the shelves. There is collagen for sale. People want it. It's a trending word. So why not you talk about that too? And so I think that's something too. But the hot products for newbies, keto, that's a word, that's trending. That keto coffee, that skinny mocha, and the TFX. Don't be afraid to post it, get it up there, and open the door for conversation, but be consistent with it. People need to watch, they need to see your journey. So tonight, if you don't have product, that's a goal for you guys to go in, look at what product you're like, I really want to be a walking billboard. I'm going all in with this company. I'm going to hit these bonuses. And how's the best way possible for me to gather the most customers I've ever done, the most distributors I've ever done, is by being a product of the product. And we see that constantly with people like Dee. I even see her just crushing it with customers. And so we've got that. The one last thing that I want to end on, Rachel, I'm trying to look at my questions. It keeps closing out. I'm trying to make sure that I hit on all of it. Is really, we want you to be that. We've got the host to post up, or the how to answer. The other thing for newbies is how to flip those customers into distributors. Okay. And this is something I can't remember. I think was it you, Rachel, or Aaron? Because Aaron, you guys text me all the time, or it might've been Tiffany, her. I don't know. I've got so many of you girls that are like, how many distributors did you put in? Like, what are you saying? And I'm so confident in all of it because the product works, the business changes lives, and I'm not afraid to share it. So if somebody's talking about, hey, you look good, or they comment, or a door's opened at all, I let them know what I'm using, but then I also let them know, hey, you know what? I know that you're going to get this triple threat. It's $90 a product, but we could add on right now the business kit for $20, and you're going to get to pick additional product. I'm going to try to help you get 4 more customers so you get more free product, and you're going to make money too. Doesn't that sound like the best thing to do?
Can you repeat that again? Because I saw everyone's eyes just go, what just happened?
So I know people just get excited and they want to put customers in, and customers are good, volume's good, but distributors with ordering product on top of their kit is even better. So you're really going to be promoting. And I believe you all can do this. You have to have that excitement and that confidence, and be afraid at the beginning, but you know that you have this team of leaders behind you that are confident for you and with you. So if you panic, you can message, but go, okay, I know that you're going to get, the triple threat package. You're going to get amazing results. It's about $90, but for $20 more, I have one exclusive code left that gets you in to be a distributor like myself, where you can actually make money while you're losing weight. Because this is what happened for me. I'm getting the results and everybody's asking me, what am I doing? Doesn't this sound like something that you could do too? All you got to do is share your results, and I'll help kind of guide you on what to do. So, 4 customers, free product, and there's a $1,000 guarantee. You don't need to throw out everything. Just make sure that you're asking, okay? Making sure that you don't forget, and say no pressure. I don't want you to feel pressured. I want you happy either which way, and I'm okay with that. If someone is ordering these big packages, guys, touch base with them in a week to 2 weeks. They need to be getting those results right away. And so you want to make sure that you're getting that. They're texting you those results, because then you can screenshot that and really share, other people's testimonies along with yourselves. So that's how you just flip all these customers into distributors. Rachel, was I talking to you about that or no? I can't remember.
You did. Not this before this call, but you did whenever that stuff was like, whenever you guys were the top enrollers and we had a phone call, because you asked me a question or something and I flipped the question on you and I was like, oh my gosh, we used to do that all the time. Like back in the day, I used to, every time like someone's going to sign up for the cleanse last minute, hey, real quick before I get you in the system, I have to at least make sure I like, and then like whatever, it sounded so perfect. Like, do you want to make money with me, or otherwise you're making me money? Something like that. And we used to always do it. And then I would always have people be like, I'd rather make money and use the products. And it was like a no-brainer. So when you said that, whenever we talked, it was me. I can't remember when, but I was like, why do we stop doing what works? So it kind of like, it helped me do that all over again.
So it's kind of refreshing knowing these Zooms, having these conversations. You know, sometimes getting on weekly, you don't realize, oh my gosh, I haven't been asking that. And it just reignites you again to do those questions. So a great thing, somebody just asked this before we close it out. What's the 3 questions I would ask is, what would be your main priority? Weight loss, energy, weight loss.
Toning and firming.
Yeah, or tightening, but there was weight loss, energy, or health.
Oh.
I'd put a 4th in there, making a lot of money.
Well, this is you can do whatever. It's a question that people can come back and ask. You know, if you feel confident, hey, I'm doing a poll, I just have a question. What would be your top priority? Weight loss, energy, overall health is what I said. So those are just some things that I've always done, even back when we talked more about the body wrap, is what is your priority? Weight loss, tightening and toning, energy, or all? Because if it's all, we're going to definitely want to get you to a pack. And this is the pack that I would recommend. So I think these are good. I don't want to overload you again each week. We really want to keep them, you know, simple to the point and get you so much focused on what we can do for the week. But you guys are crushing it with distributors. I'm super proud of all of you. I see the numbers. I see the excitement. And now newbies, I want you to feel that too, that you can just go out the gate, get those results, borrow the results. But when you get those products, or if you haven't, order more so that you can really get going. Was there anything else? Rachel, did you have any last minute tips or thoughts?
Yeah, just one last thing. I said this on stage at conference, but I'll say it again. Like, I think the biggest thing I've learned from myself by actually being serious and wasting my three years away, I feel like I just I'm like, it's like a rebirth. I'm like, wow, it's like day one and it's so fun. But like the biggest thing I've learned is like how you really do establish credibility. And I knew I would, but I didn't realize how much it would transform my business. So what I would just leave you guys with is you have to get over the embarrassment or the lack of all these excuses that are holding you back from being where you want to be on the outside. And you just have to do it, because now that I've done it, and it's been December and really in January, I was super serious that whole month. I would have people come to me, and that'll be reassuring to you, but like I would have people come to me and be like, you know, those random customers where they don't want anyone to know that they're ordering products. They don't want anyone to know. It's like a secret, but they came to me. And this is the thing is like, we're out there. Like It Works is taking over. So it's very rare that you're the only It Works person on someone's newsfeed anymore. And so that's what I always tell my team is like, just remember that you're not the only one selling It Works on their newsfeed. I want everyone to choose me. And so I've had person after person come to me as the It Works girl. Oh, you were the one that lifted your shirt up in your live video. You're the one that's physically lost weight and I see it. Now I had a girl that was like, please don't post this on social media. Here's my credit card. I want $200 worth of product, your best product. Don't tell anyone. She paid the membership fee and it was insane. So it's like, that's worth me lifting my shirt up and being mortified at my stomach. That's worth me saying I was 266 pounds. Like that all seems so small now that all this business is coming in and I'm happier. So that's what I would just say is the credibility that I've gained because of this. I'll never stop. So you'll get that way too, but you just got to get over yourself and just be really vulnerable and open. And that's when everything will change.
On all social platforms, because I think that's the thing. People aren't all on Facebook. People aren't all on Instagram. I have different people in all different ways. The stories, start utilizing that. If you don't know how, just start to learn, because I was not an Instagram person at all. And I've learned to love that a lot more than Facebook. And with the stories, because we do want to know what's going on. So making your coffee, showing, we're so intrigued by each other, right? You guys all want to know what I'm doing or what's in that closet or whatever. I mean, it's just who we are. And so, you know, what are you looking for? And do that yourself. And you're going to attract the people that are in it. So
everyone say thank you to Rachel for being our amazing special guest.
Yes, we love you so much.
And so everyone knows, every time we're done with these, Tomorrow it'll pop up on the YouTube channel, so you have the ability to go back through and catch things that you didn't catch, because sometimes you don't hear things right away. So go back through and re-listen to it again. And the YouTube channel is joelandstephaniedunn.tv. You'll also find all the other ones. And apparently Steph
We're gonna take a picture.
wants a picture. So everybody put your smiley happy faces on.
I see the Gullies, her, Rachel. Who do I see? I'm gonna shout out.
3, 2, 1.
All
Big
right,
smiles.
and please make sure all the Gullies are loving each other. That's what I see. I love you guys. Anyway, I want to make sure that we're hearing feedback. Thank you for the ones that have shared feedback with me. It's important for us to know what you guys need to continually grow your business. So we appreciate you, and go out and crush this week. Love you guys.
See you guys.